Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor's Community Connection. And when you get to interview somebody that A, you're good friends with, B, you've known for a long time, and C, you admire so much the work they do in their community, it's a special time. Todd Crandell, Racing for Recovery. Todd, every time you pop up on Facebook, I write the same thing, Toledo's hero, and I don't use that lightly. You are saving lives every day in our community, you and your organization, Racing for Recovery. And that's such in a way, to me, probably a heavy burden in a way. You have the responsibility of trying to save people that are desperately, it's like somebody drowning in the water. I used to lifeguard in college at a quarry, and when somebody is drowning and you dive in to get them, you swim to them, you wait about 5 feet out from them, you go under the water and see where their feet are pointing. You turn their feet away from you and then climb back up them and put a fireman's carry on. But if you go right up to them, they will grab you, and then they may really care about you. They will drown you. So I kind of see what you're doing. You've got people that are drowning. They'll drown you if you're not careful. But how do you navigate that? I'm helping them, but do I have to be careful? How does that work?
That's a great analogy, and my answer to that is I know what it's like to be drowning.
Okay.
My mom killing herself back when I was 3, although it seems like a tragedy, and I guess it has been, but it's also been my greatest asset. So with respect to drowning,
right,
I know what it's like to drown, and I'm here to educate people how to swim, learn to swim, and then enjoy swimming. So that's a metaphor of overcoming your addiction, which is drowning you, improving your mental health, which is enabling you then to, like I said, enjoy swimming, metaphorically living life. And that I'm just trying to be an example of what it's like to not drown and to fully live in life. And that's what I've been doing for over 3 decades, I guess now.
Everybody knows you, Todd, and they respect and appreciate what you do in our community so very much. But for the few people that don't, let's fill them in. I mean, your Ironman work is, I don't know, how many Ironman have you run?
I just did my 128th in Augusta, Georgia, a couple weeks ago.
I saw on Facebook you were in Las Vegas. They had Todd's picture on all the big hotel buildings in Las Vegas. I mean, it's incredible. But do you believe in the substitution theory that, okay, I'm addicted to something, drugs or alcohol, but I can substitute that for something else? Does that work? I hear that thrown about by people.
No, I'm not addicted to anything. We don't, at Racing for Recovery, we do not put another drug on person who is doing drugs. We don't do it. And I'm going to be honest, that is strictly about money.
Okay.
People that are agencies around that are saying, oh, you used to be addicted to this, let's give you this drug to cope with that. That's strictly money. Racing for Recovery does not believe in that. I'm not addicted to anything, like I said. I have a new focus on living fully. That's free.
Got it.
That's a big difference. I don't want people substituting, and this is why people substitute. You could be addicted to alcohol and drugs, cutting, gambling, shopping, whatever.
Yes.
The problem is there's trauma that has led to this void that people are looking for something to fill that void with. And if you put down cocaine and you don't heal from what was causing you to choose to do cocaine, you're going to pick up either food or gambling or something else. So the core is, as clinicians, it's helping people, again, learn how to swim and learn why they were drowning. That's the core. But substituting one from the other and being addicted to positive things, addiction is addiction. I want people to conquer addiction and live in prosperity. That's different.
Todd, how hard is it to get people that you're working with and your staff to come to that realization that, okay, I need help. I think that's a tough step for many people to get to say, okay, I need help, because they always think, I think a lot of times, well, I can do it myself. I've got discipline, or I can, but they can't. So to say they need help, and then where do they go when when they get the help, what do they do with the help? Asking for help, and then what do you do with the help?
I'm pretty good at metaphors, so here's one. You guys sell cars here.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody that wants a car, knows they need a car,
Right.
but doesn't know how to get a car, they come into Kia and you guys show them how to do it so they can get in their car and drive off.
Right. Okay.
That's what I'm doing at Racing for
Okay.
Recovery. Everybody who's doing drugs knows they shouldn't be doing drugs.
Okay.
I'd say a good 99% of them know they don't really want to do drugs, but they don't know what to do. And that's where all they have to do is call Racing for Recovery. We will show you why you're doing these things. We'll help you clinically to understand that trauma that I talked about earlier. And then we'll show you how to live in sobriety that you get to choose what you want to do. I know a lot of people are like, Todd's just talking about doing Ironman to be sober. No, I'm not. That's one thing I've done 128 times.
Right.
I've been sober for over 32 years. So there's a lot of other days that you occupy your time with a balanced, holistic lifestyle. But people just need to be taught, former teacher, right? You need to teach people and then allow them to apply that knowledge into living their life.
Yeah, that's so very well said, Todd. I just, it's interesting to me, is the shaming part of this going away? It's not as much when people reach out for help. They shouldn't be shamed, but you sometimes hear the people, well, he or she's in rehab, and it should be great. Wonderful. We're so glad you're getting help. Is the shaming part of that kind of going away?
The shame is more on the individual, to be honest with you. And again, at Racing for Recovery, when I started this in 2001, I wanted to include families along with the person that's suffering. We were the first program to do that.
Got it.
Because it's not only the person is shaming themselves, the family is riddled with guilt. I should have done this. I could have done
right. 100%.
Right?
Yep, spot on.
So we want to, again, educate people on that and praise them for having the courage and the self-esteem to choose wellness. And it's a family and a community obligation to help people. We want to help people in education, spirituality, nutrition, mental health. That's what Racing for Recovery is really about. We're not a drug treatment agency.
Right.
We are a wellness enhancement army.
So you're doing the whole person, basically.
The whole person.
Yeah, and I think too, it's interesting. My daughter's a magistrate in Sylvania, Christy Cole, and she started a program. They just started last month, I guess it was, where it's Fresh Start. So people that get caught in the court system, when if you're addicted to drugs and alcohol, you're going to be in the court system. I guarantee you're going to be in the court system in a myriad of ways. But they get in that circle of the fines, what's on their report, and they can't get a job. They have the felonies, and they can't, you can't get a job. So if you can't get a job, you can't earn any money. You can't get back. You can't become a positive, productive citizen. It's a reoccurring cycle. And I know you help people get assimilated back into society.
I was that guy. And it comes back to there's no self-worth. I didn't want to live, let alone think I could live.
Right.
And that's the foundation of, I want the community to understand, people who are using drugs are not bad people. They are hurting people who are making bad decisions to cope with that hurt. And that's what puts them in that cycle. But that cycle can be reversed into productivity. But it is a long, difficult, arduous process that is doable. Because if I can do this, anybody can do it. A lot of times people look and they talk about the Ironman stuff. Oh, look at what you, and I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. But what does it take for me to actually do an Ironman?
Right. Being
Being sober, healing from trauma, improving my nutrition, having some form of
100%.
spirituality. That's what it takes to be, quote, an Ironman.
Yeah, you were a great hockey player in high school, for God's sake.
Well, my drug addiction, my choice to use drugs cost me that hockey potential.
Yeah, you could have probably played professional hockey, certainly. And it's another misnomer, I think, that people are caught in the drug and alcohol thing. They don't want to do that and hurt their family, their loved ones. Sometimes the people get resentful and they think, well, he doesn't or she doesn't care about me. that has nothing to do with it. And, you know, they're doing something that they can't stop doing. It has nothing to do whether they love you or don't love you. And people get that misconstrued, don't they?
I want to talk about a very touchy subject that's affected me my entire life, suicide. There's a lot of people that are unfortunately giving up on themselves. And a lot of times, because I felt this, we feel we're going to do our families and community a favor
By just not being there.
by just not being there. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, you're of value. You're worth saving. We read that at every Racing for Recovery meeting because that's the problem. People need help to start learning how to love themselves.
Right.
And when people love themselves, you're going to see productivity out of them.
Yes.
And that's the Racing for Recovery message.
Yeah. So proud of what you've done in our community, and you don't deny anybody.
No.
You help everybody, which I find amazing, and you don't give up on people. If somebody who watches this tape has a loved one or just themselves, they have a problem, and people know they have a problem. I mean, it's not, they may deny it to other folks, but they know internally that they have a problem. What's the best way to reach out to you at Racing for Recovery to get help?
Just call us.
Okay.
Call us. We're all over social media. I'm going to use music again.
Okay.
No disrespect to tribute bands,
Right.
but I want to see the real deal. And Racing for Recovery is the real deal when
Right.
it comes to helping people live their best lives. Come to the brain surgeons of recovery
Right.
and get the help that you need. That's what I want people to understand. I think the community has a misunderstanding of what drug addiction is
Yes.
and what sobriety truly is.
Right.
Sobriety is not about, I'm not smoking crack today. Good for you. True sobriety is like, how are you living, when the cameras are off?
Right.
What are you doing to give back in the community? What are you doing to heal yourself that then is stopping the hurt with your family and friends? That's what Racing for Recovery does.
Is, Todd, the act of helping others part of the heart healing thing for an addict? When you know you're helping other people, is that a healing thing?
I want to talk about the integrity of, quote, helping people. It's not, let me tell you how drunk I got. That's not helping people. That's just talking about some war stories.
Right.
I started this after The Blade ran an article about my life back in 2001. The response I got from people was what allowed me to say, hey, I can be of service.
Got it.
Through whatever I've gone through, good and bad. It's the service of finding my life's purpose in Racing for Recovery. That's how I've even envisioned being of service to people. I can't say I've helped anybody. I can say that I've given people through Racing for Recovery and licensed clinicians for over 30 years now, a way for them to improve themselves. That's on them to do that. But you were talking about teaching earlier.
Yes.
I understand that each person that comes in is going to learn in their own way.
Right.
That's our job. We have to understand.
To find out how to get this person, get to that person.
And then clarify, do you understand it? And then let them go.
Because they're not all cookie cutter.
They're not.
They're not.
No.
Human beings aren't made that way anyways.
Yes.
I mean, you have to understand that. Todd, I tell you, I just, sometimes I don't know how you do what you do, because it's got to be a little draining at times. But you are healing and helping our community, and you truly care, and you're truly making a difference, and you are Toledo's hero, and we appreciate you so much. Thanks for all you do.
Yeah,
We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All
Honored
right.
to be here.
All right, boss. Tom Coley, coach for Steve Taylor's Community Connection.